All right, so the other day I made ice cream and I used almond and coconut, and I had some leftover. The byproduct of making that ice cream is this almond meal here. So I'm going to make almond crackers today, and I'm going to put in the almond crackers some minced rosemary, and this is fresh from my little rosemary plant. That's a great thing to have on hand. Just go to Whole Foods or in your local store and buy some rosemary, and I use a ton of it. I'm also going to put some cayenne pepper in there, give them a kick. The last crackers I made had a really great kick to them, so I'm going to do that again. And then instead of putting sea salt in the cracker this time, I'm going to put I found this smoked sea salt, and I've had smoked sea salt before. It's really good. And I'm going to crumble this on top of the cracker before I dehydrate it. So when the cracker is a little bit moist, so that'll sort of stick into it, and then the crackers will have a really nice little salty crunch to them. So I'm going to chop up the rosemary here in a minute, and then I'll show you with with everything together with the flaxseed, and then I'll show you the consistency before you put it on the Flex or the non-stick sheets that I use in the dehydrator. All right, so let's see. So I've minced my rosemary, and I actually went and got another bunch of rosemary, so double what you just saw previously, and I minced it really finely. I'm going to go ahead and put that into the almond meal mixture, and this is pretty moist. I didn't squeeze, I squeezed as much of the liquid out as I could while I was preparing the ice cream, which is in a previous video, but it's okay because we're going to add water. So, all right, and then the cayenne, I'm just going to sprinkle a tiny bit on there, okay? Actually, last time I put half a teaspoon, so this time, just depends on how hot you want it. That's going to be pretty hot, just that right there. Okay, so then I'm going to take a half cup measure, and I'm going to measure out a half a cup of flaxseed, and I'm actually going to do then another quarter. So since a half cup measure, I'm just going to do half of the half cup and put that in there. Just eyeball it. Sort of the almond mixture in here. This is the result of 4 healthy handfuls of almonds that that I made almond milk out of. So that's what 4 healthy handfuls look like after they've been blended in a blender and then squeezed in a nut bag. And then the flaxseed powder, and then I'm just going to mix this together. And then I'm going to add water here in a minute, and then we're going to flatten that out and make crackers. All right, so this is where you get to have fun with your food, play with it. I've got my hands in here, and I'm really just I'm just mixing it in with the flaxseed powder and trying to get any big bumps out of there. There are some little pieces of almond you'll see in here that the blender didn't get, but that'll be fine in the cracker. Even the bigger ones like this, that'll be fine. I mean, they'll be little almond crackers, So, and just have fun with this. Take your time. I mean, I know everybody's busy and we've all got a million things going on at once, but just relax and have fun with your food. All right, so now we're going to put some water in here. Okay, so I have a cup of filtered water here. Remember, I put in a cup, no, not a cup, I'm sorry, I put in 3/4 of a cup of flaxseed. And flaxseed will absorb the water, and it, I think it pretty much absorbs its weight in water. So if you have a cup of flaxseed, you could do a cup of water. I'm just going to start by pouring in some of this. I'm not going to pour all of it in. I just want to see sort of what kind of consistency I have. And I'm looking for kind of a dough ball. And in fact, last time I made these crackers, I made them like it was a real dough ball. And this time I think I want them to be a little bit wetter, a little bit moister. It's okay if I'm going to go ahead and pour all this in here. Yikes, that's really taking a risk. No, I think it'll be fine. See what will happen, like I said, the flaxseed will absorb that. And I might even need to put some more water in, but go ahead and mix that together. No, that's pretty good. This is perfect consistency. You can let this sit a little bit before you put it on the non-stick sheets in your food dehydrator. Yeah, that was the perfect amount. Okay, so I am going to let this sit just a little bit, and then I'm going to go get the sheets, and then we're going to spread that out, and we're going to sprinkle some sea salt on there. Okay, I have my non-stick sheet here, and let me just show you this for those of you who don't have a food dehydrator. This is a non-stick sheet, and it goes on top of this grid, plastic grid, which goes on top of this black sheet here. I have an Excalibur food processor. I don't use it all of the time. I use it to make my seed mixture, which you may have seen before. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and plop this out on the non-stick sheet. And then I make crackers. I'm starting to, get into making more things. I've made pizza before. Very, very long and lengthy process because you have to sprout your base, which can take 3 days, and then you have to make the nut cheeses and all that, and oh my god, the pizza's delicious, but it sure takes a long time. Alright, so I'm just going to spread this out. It looks like I have a lot here, so I'm actually going to probably cut this up into 2, and then I'm going to put this other one on another sheet, and then maybe we could do another cracker. Who knows? We could do another thing. So I'm going to go ahead and spread this out. And then the next time you see this, we're going to put some salt on here and get it ready for the dehydrator. Okay, I've got that spread out fairly well. So now I'm just going to take this smoked sea salt here, and they're pretty big crystals. So I'm going to break it up between my fingers and just run along the run up and down in rows. And this will give the crackers a nice salty crunch. And you could also, you could do so many things here. I did lemon thyme crackers last time. I didn't have enough rosemary for this. My rosemary plant's really small, so I would like to have had more herbs in here, but you could do any herb. You could do basil, you could do lemon, thyme, regular thyme, you could do oregano, whatever, just change it up, switch it up. You could sweeten the almond meal and make little cinnamon crackers. Put some cinnamon and some agave syrup in here, and all of a sudden you have a sweet cracker. Okay, I think that's enough salt. Now I'm going to throw this in the dehydrator, and we're going to have some crackers here in about, well, this takes a long time in the dehydrator, so we're going to have crackers in about 10 hours. Alright, so I did a really silly thing. I filmed everything that led up to making the crackers and didn't film the dehydrating part. So I'm at the end of my crackers because I've already eaten them. I took them to a raw meetup here in Denver, and they went really well with the guacamole that someone brought, and they were a hit. So they're very crispy. Here's one right here, just to show you. They're very thin and crispy, and what I did is I dehydrate them for about, because it was so thin, they dehydrated much quicker. So about 4 hours into it, I went and checked on them, and then I cut them into strips, which you can hardly tell from this, but I cut them into strips, and then long strips, and then, well, actually, before you cut them into strips, I'm sorry, what you do halfway through is you have to turn them over. So you take them off the non-stick sheet, but what you do is you take that plastic grid, put it on top of that, turn it over, and then peel the non-stick sheet off, and it should come off pretty easily. Then I cut them into strips, and then I put them back into the dehydrator for another couple of hours, just until they were really crispy. So anyway, I'm sorry I didn't show you that part, but like I said, they turned out great. They are delicious, and they're it's like a snack. I mean, it's such a great little snack food. And it satisfies that salty feeling, that salty craving that we, the salt craving that some of us have, especially after that yummy pudding. All right, so there you go.